and welcome to this special broadcast. You're watching the India Revival Mission on the Times Network. I'm Nayantara Rai. Today, when we're talking about revival, let's put the spotlight on the coal sector at large. You saw a massive reform by the Narendra Modi government by opening up the coal sector to commercial auctions of coal mines. Joining me today on this edition of the India Revival Mission is the Union Minister for Coal and Mines and Parliamentary Affairs, Mr. Pralhad Joshi. Thank you, sir, for joining us right here on Times Network. A landmark reform that had been announced for opening up the coal sector, allowing commercial auctions for mining. You have now done one round. Take us through the details. Would you say it was a success?
I can definitely say it is a success. I have already made this point in my media briefing also, because previous tranche after 2015, this auction regime has started. But after that, we all know, for one or other reason, though my predecessor, Shri Piyush Goyal, did very good job, because one or other reason, commercial mining, though it was his agenda also and he guided me also, but actually it could not start commercial mining as such. And after I became minister, he also guided me, and Honorable Prime Minister direction, we thought that entire this coal sector should be opened up. And keeping that in mind, we started the work. But as soon as the COVID is announced, COVID lockdown is announced, Prime Minister directed me that you should start working very fast and see that this, whatever the coal import we are doing today and whatever the shortage is that today, taking this as opportunity, you have to change this. This is your challenge. And he also guided me what reforms are needed, and by what way, if we implement those reforms, this sector can be totally revived and all substitutable coal import can be stopped. All such things Prime Minister directed me, and ultimately we could able to bring out a policy, and that policy and some of the legislative changes also. Today we are in a position to auction it, and our success rate is more than 55-56% today, because 90 out of 38 mines, 19 mines have already been auctioned. For 4, there is single bid, and there is a provision in the reform policy, if there is a single bid and whatever the price he quotes, that we take it as a discovered price and we go for the auction immediately. We will not call it as the next tranche, but immediately we will go for the auction. So all put together, it is around 56-57% is the success rate.
So 38 mines which had of course been put on auction. You received 76 bids for 23 mines, of which 19 mines received 2 or more bids. That is of course your stated position. So if I can first ask you, what happens next? The ones that have received more than one bid, what happens in that case?
Now, whichever main bids, these 19s where more than two bids have come, that will be immediately we will process, and legally, and there is some process. They have to take some clearances. Now vesting order has to be given. All such formalities are there. That formality, it may take a month or 2. After that, remaining clearance and mining plan, all such things will be done, and state government, naturally land belongs to them. They have to enter into an agreement with the state government. All such process will start now. And these mines, I would also like to tell you, some of these mines were in the CMSP Act, means before 2014, whatever the mines through allotment route, which were given to the various private sectors or even to some of the state government PSUs, these are the mines, so that I am quite hopeful, because they were all working mines before to this, I am quite hopeful and confident that very shortly, within a year or two, we will start the commercial coal production, because these are all our working mines. And some people are alleging that we are going for huge commercial mining, and some of the environment issues also people are raising. But I would like to make majority of these mines were allotted by the UPA government, of course arbitrarily, but we are doing it in a systematic, auctioned way as directed by the Supreme Court.
Can I ask you that with whatever's happened so far in the auction process, and while I understand for some of them the process is still underway, you do have a Supreme Court verdict as well for maximizing revenues during the auction process. Suppose this auction, how much does the central exchequer stand to make?
No, whatever, see, this coal is I think I can call little जैसे मैं पहले भी एक बार खाता है, विचित्र डिपार्टमेंट है हमारा, हम करते हैं सब कुछ लेकिन एक पैसा भी हमको नहीं मिलता है। एक्सचेकर के भारत सरकार के एक्सचेकर को एक पैसा भी नहीं मिलता है। whatever we get, whatever the revenue we get, it will be for the entirely, for the 100%, it will be for the state government only. Whatever the GST and other things we get, central GST, that is the only thing central government gets. That's why I am appealing to the all state government through you also. It is around 7,000 crores revenue for these 4-5 states. You are going to get it. If you cooperate it, you will get it immediately. Around within 2-3 months, you will get 1,000 crores, because upfront amount will be around 1,100 crores in this for entire this 19 blocks. So whatever we are going to get as a revenue, it will to the state government. So we are only facilitators, and Honorable Prime Minister believes in cooperative federalism. That's why before doing this also, we consulted the state government, and some of the things they requested the change, that also we have done. And even before making the policy also, we have consulted the state government.
Of course, it has been done in collaboration with the state governments. Basically, too soon to have a number as yet is the sense I'm getting, sir. Can I also ask you, when you said that this auction has indeed been a success, can you give us an idea of the kind of companies, Indian and foreign, that have participated?
Almost, I mean, all the companies are Indian companies only. Though FDI is open this time, around 42 people ultimately they participated in the bid, and they competed, and out of that all are Indian companies. But I am quite hopeful that in the next tranche there will be foreign companies. And but one good thing is there were few selective operators or industrialists who used to go into either in the coal industry or in the steel industry. They only used to participate in this. It is because of basically two things. One is there was end-use restriction previously. Now it is not there, any can participate. And in policy reform, what we brought, we said prior experience of coal mining in India only, that was also there. All these things, we totally withdrew it. We deleted those things. And because of that, 65% of the participants, that is bidders, they are the new bidders. They are either from pharma industry or from real estate or from some other industry, not from coal and other mining industry. They are from altogether different. 45% are the people who are originally there in this industry, previously also they have done, but 65% people are new people. So I am quite hopeful, because of the previous regime policy paralysis, in India for mining, not only coal mining, other minings also, people, foreign players, they did not wish to come because of the policy paralysis. Now I am confident, people now, even many foreigners also, they were very eagerly waiting how this tranche goes up. And now it is, the world has come to know that it is the Modi government, whatever it speaks, it comes in reality. That's why very successfully we have auctioned. Now it is up to the state government to take it positively, and so that one side coal will be available in their state, wherever the coal is available, energy will be naturally made available, so that other industry will also come and invest in India, especially these mineral rich states. This is the point which I have to underline, and I want to highlight it. If state government immediately, if they cooperates with all these people and start the mining operations early, then coal will be available there. Once coal is made available, then other industry will also come, and overall economic activity in this COVID, because of this reform, there will be a huge opportunity for the investment, both a domestic investment and foreign direct investment.
Okay, so this time you may not have seen the participation of foreign players, but you're happy with the participation of the domestic players. Sir, can I ask you that were these public sector undertakings, or has the private sector also participated? Those that have interest in coal, whether it is a Vedanta or whether it is an Adani, for example. You're also talking about how pharmaceutical and real estate companies have participated in the auction. Can you shed more light?
See, this end-use restriction was not there, as I already told you. Second, and prior experience clause also removed. Why? Because the many people, including whatever you said, you quoted Vedanta and so many, the Adani, all these people also, people who are in power generating, people who are in the steel industry, people who are in the cement industry, whenever they want, or in aluminium, whenever they take any type of mine, either coal mine, or they appoint the MDO. There are people who are doing this job from years, from time immemorial. People are in this business. Their business itself is, their work itself is mining. So they are investing, and they will appoint some MDO, mine development operator, and he will work on their behalf. Now the question was of the investment, and we made the people who are in the other fields, who are in the other sector to invest, and now they will appoint the MDOs and they will dig out. That is, it is not a rocket science. So we were confident that people from the other sector will also come and they will appoint MDO, and this was what has exactly happened. That's why we have received good investment in this.
Okay, and while you're saying that it's too early to talk about how much the Central Exchequer stands to gain, because of the bids that have been received, what would you say is the kind of investments that will be made in the coal sector post this auction round?
No, it will be a huge investment as such. I can exactly give you the figure little later, because geographical reports, survey, all these things will come. I think it will be in lakh crore. Total investment will be in a very huge manner, few lakhs crore.
You're saying it will be...
But it is in a phased manner. I am not telling tomorrow itself it is going to happen.
No.
I hope.
Okay, no, obviously it has to happen in phases, but you're saying it will be around 2 lakh crore rupees. Okay, I take your point. It will be in phases. It will be
exactly. I will get you the figure, but it will be in a very huge investment. I can get you the figure little later.
I take your point, sir. I appreciate that as well. Now, I want to also ask you, sir, that would you say that when it comes to coal offtake, are we back? Is India back to where it was in the pre-COVID regime?
I can very happily share with you one thing. Whatever the production in September, not only production and offtake, in September and October this year, it is the highest in the last 5 years, preceding last 5 years. It is the highest. 32% growth is there in September as far as production and offtake is concerned. Overall coal, domestic coal I am speaking. In spite of that, in spite of our record, there are some imports. Substitutable coal is also imported. And I have directed Coal India Direct Marketing Division and the CMD to approach all these people and to totally substitutable coal import should be stopped. So I am very happy to share you. Our coal stock is also good. Our production and even for future also, around 50,000 crore we are investing to further expedite our stock and production. And keeping all these things in mind, I am confident already it has picked up, economy has picked up, and Honorable Prime Minister and Honorable Finance Minister, they have taken lot of measures to revive the economy, and by that energy demand has increased. Because of increase in the demand of energy, naturally coal demand has also increased. As I said, there is a 32% growth. This is the highest in last 5 years, production and offtake both.
So, you started the interview by talking about the Prime Minister's clarion call for increasing domestic production, which of course is part of the larger Atmanirbhar Bharat vision. Can I ask you that right now, when you've also given a direction to Coal India, for example, how much does India import? What are the targets that you have provided for bringing down these imports?
See, one most surprising and also unfortunate thing is we are the fourth largest reserves of the coal in the world. We have, as on today, whatever we are mining in the same level, taking it as 1 billion ton per year. If you go on mining the coal, this coal will be sufficient for coming 300 years. That much coal we have, and that is the reserve we have. But in spite of that, in spite of having such a huge coal in the country, we are the one of the largest importers of the coal also. This is the credit to the, especially to the previous UPA government, because of the policy paralysis and other things. And still, because of these environment, all these issues, we are going with all these things, we are going ahead, taking the care of the environment also. And I am very confident. Now I have told, last year we have imported around 2,40,000 crores of worth coal we have imported last year. That is around, it is little less than that because of the COVID demand was less. But now this time I have told to complete the substitutable. There are some independent thermal power plant where it is built only with the foreign coal, which can be operated only with the foreign coal. And also, of course, coking coal is not available as much as we require in the country. That's why, say around last year we have imported 270 million ton. Out of that, I have told at least 160 million ton we should stop this importing, because remaining 100 is non-substitutable. I understand that, but entire thing around approximately 250 million ton every year we are importing. Out of that, substitutable is I think according to me 140 million ton. That has to be stopped. This is the target I have given to the Coal India.
Given everything, at a time when there is pressure on the Narendra Modi government and an expectation from the Narendra Modi government to pump prime the economy, put more money in the hands of the people so they go out and spend more, how will this expenditure be funded? You're very far away from the disinvestment target. So when you look at a company, a Maharatna like Coal India, can we expect disinvestment? Can we expect higher dividends? Can we expect high, a share buyback? What's on the cards?
See, Coal India is a very strategic sector, because whatever the energy we are having, energy for India's energy basket, Coal India's contribution is more than 70-80%. So Coal India, we want to strengthen it. And at the same time, today we are producing around 600 million ton. Actually, this year target is 700 million ton, 710 million ton. Because of COVID, first 4-5 months, 6 months we have lost. Keeping that in mind, if at all we can achieve around instead of 700, if it 600, 610 if we can able to go, and by 23-24 we can achieve 1 billion, then Coal India's profit, Coal India's employment generation, and Coal India's share, everything will go up. So economic activity, as far as my department, coal and mine, I am quite confident under the leadership of Shri Narendra Modi ji, whatever the guidance and direction he is giving, very shortly this sector will bloom.
So you're not in favor of any of the shares of Coal India being sold at the moment. I'm not talking about privatization, but just any kind of a disinvestment is not on the cards.
No, not at all. Coal India is a strategic sector. Coal India will remain with the government as जैसे आज है वैसे ही रहेंगे Coal India.
Sir, you know, you have another very important portfolio, which is of parliamentary affairs. We all saw how Parliament convened during the lockdown, during COVID-19. Going forward, sir, any light that you can shed on what the plans are? Because yes, India is continuing to unlock. Yes, business is carrying on and all of that, but it's not as if the threat of the pandemic has completely gone away. How will Parliament function in the next session?
No, there is still time for the next session. As you all know, that the constitutional mandate is we have to have the session at least before 6 months, before 180 days. So recently we have concluded and many important bills have been passed. Let us see, it is still there is time.
The BJP has got a big booster shot. Look at the big win in Bihar that has come in, the first such election since the lockdown. You anyway had the numbers, but now with this underway, can we expect the Modi government to become even bolder, to take many more reforms?
Now, as it is, before Bihar also, Modi government was very, very bold. And we have taken many bold decisions as far as both as economy is concerned and whatever our commitments were there to the people, from Article 370 to Unlawful Prevention Act to many things. And there is no question, and both the sector, as far as economy is concerned and as far as our political commitments are concerned, Modi government, even previously also bold. I can only say Bihar and entire country, don't just limit it to Bihar. More than around 58 by-elections were there. From Telangana to Manipur, everywhere BJP has won. It is not just that we have won only in Bihar. Yes, Bihar has supported us, our development and Modi's leadership, they have definitely endorsed. And people were saying so many things. लॉकडाउन के बारे में जो कुछ भी मन में आया था वो बता दिया गया, इकोनॉमी के बारे में, चाइना के बारे में, सब कुछ जो what even which was not in the overall interest of the country also, just to target Modi, टारगेट करते करते they started मोदी को टारगेट करते करते हुए मोदी जी को, then they started targeting India itself. They were talking sometimes. It was favorable to the neighbor countries which are with which country we are having already tension. And in such a situation, we have come out, entire country, including Bihar, totally supported Modi ji. From south to northeast, every part of the country we have won. Out of 58, we have won more than 41.
So with that, sir, I'd like to thank you for taking the time out and for joining us here on this edition of the India Revival Mission.
Thank you.